up front, because I believe out of the matches that I named, this is the only one that I can see is 100% locked for the night. And I say that because, you know, John Cena, I mean, we all know who John Cena is. You know, next to Roman Reigns, they're the big dogs of WWE. You know, you have the old in John Cena and the new in Roman Reigns. And, of course, you know, John Cena is this free agent John Cena. And there's not too many people that John Cena wouldn't mind losing against totally. Rusev is not one of them. Yeah, Rusev is returning, and you know, he changed his image with his hair, and you know, he's been gone for a long time, and you know, some people do legitimately miss Rusev, but at the same time, we're talking about John Cena. If you was to put Rusev against, let's say, I'm gonna think of somebody from back in the day, Jack Swagger, for example, then you could probably go with Rusev in this match. However, with John Cena being mixed in there, and they're building this big thing around John Cena, free agent, you know, he's gonna be appearing on Raw, I believe, or at least a Raw live event. If he hasn't done it already, he's doing it soon. And they're possibly going to be setting up for a John Cena Roman Reigns in the future, maybe at WrestleMania, maybe Survivor Series, SummerSlam. There's no reason for him to lose to Rusev in the flag match. You know, this is patriotic John Cena. You know, this is the month of Independence Day. John Cena represents hope. He represents victory. You know, he represents, you know, overcoming of struggles. You know, John Cena is known to be that guy that always comes out on top, even against somebody like Rusev. So this match, I believe, will go to John Cena. If I had to rate it out of 5, I would say about 2.5, 3 stars. Don't expect much from this match, because after all, it was a flag match. It's something that was kind of thrown together. Also, you know, I know some of you that do follow me on my page when I do these videos. I often say that I was pretty upset by how John Cena came back. Now, I don't mind him returning back. You know, you can consider him a part-timer now, or whatever you want to consider him as. But they built these promos, these, you know, TV promos around him returning. And then he comes back, cuts a little 5-10 minute promo. Out comes Rusev. Next you know, there's a flag match with no kind of build-up. And that's all we heard from John Cena that night. He didn't fight in any other matches or anything. That was all you heard from him. So I didn't too much care for that. So for that alone, I don't see this match going any further than 2.5, 3 out of 5 stars. Definitely not going to be the main event. It could be beginning to midway through the pay-per-view, but I definitely don't see it from mid towards the end of the pay-per-view. Maybe within the first 3 matches of the night, not counting the pre-show. So again, I believe this match 100% locked for John Cena. Alright, next matchup is for the Smackdown Tag Team Championship. You have the Usos versus the New Day. And as you remember, their last title match, title defense, the Usos, they counted themselves out, or they elected to lose via countout. So you knew up front that they were going to get their rematch. This is their rematch right here. Now, considering that the next pay-per-view after this is SummerSlam, and considering how the Usos, they lost but kept their championship because of the count-out technicality, I do expect the Usos still to retain their championship, only because usually the way some wrestling feuds or matches operate, usually the first two usually ends in some type of controversy, whether it's a count out, no disqualification, any type of technicality. That usually happens, and then usually their third or their fourth match in the feud is the final one. So I do expect the Usos to pick up the victory here and retain their championships. I don't expect the victory to be clean. I do expect some type of, cheap way to win. Not necessarily another count out, maybe a disqualification. There's not really too many things you can do in order to end a match, that's not clean. But with that being said, I don't think the New Day will win. I do, however, I'm predicting it now. I do believe that they will win at SummerSlam. I believe the Usos will retain, and then come August 20th, they will drop it to the New Day. I don't see the New Day having nearly the title reign like they did the last time, but I expect them to have a good lengthy one. Maybe 3 months, maybe three and a half months. I do see them holding the title, like I said, not nearly as long as before. But this match is almost another lock for the night. Like I said, only because I don't see the New Day coming out of this for the purposes of being able to fight and winning at SummerSlam. If I had to rate this match, just because, these two tag teams have good enough chemistry to have a halfway decent match. But again, you already know the Usos are probably going to retain. I'll give this match about 3 out of 5, and that's cutting it kind of close for me. While I am a fan of the New Day, I'm not so much of the Usos. But I am trying to give them credit where credit is due, because they are tag team they are tag team champions. So somebody within WWE had to believe in them and wanted them with the titles. But again, they will retain. New Day will take it at SummerSlam. Next matchup, we have Kevin Owens in a rematch versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship. I don't consider this so much of a lock match as far as there's a clear-cut winner. However, considering that AJ Styles won the U.S. Championship at what you could say a house show, even though it was at Madison Square Garden, I don't expect him to lose it or to drop it to Kevin Owens this quickly at Battleground. I do expect this to be probably the best match of the night. So I'm already rating this at least 4.5 out of 5. I will have this the highest rated match of the night. Cause these are two really good wrestlers. You got the Kevin Owens of today versus the AJ Styles of back then, and I watched AJ Styles ever since TNA and before that. And he's never disappointed me in any type of venue he was ever in. I do expect AJ Styles to retain his United States Championship. Now, I'm going to throw in a surprise, or a spoiler as Paul Heyman might call it. I do believe that AJ Styles will get past Kevin Owens in this whole feud for the United States Championship. Somewhere in between now and SummerSlam, I do expect a surprise return. And the reason I say that I do expect a return by Shelton Benjamin is because, as you all know, he was supposed to return late last year. Injuries caused him not to return, held off for a while. times went on, you know, I've been going back and forth about, is he really going to re-sign again, you know, after he's been cleared from his injury, and reports were saying that he has re-signed back with the WWE. And since he's a SmackDown guy, I believe that in his persona, at least when he left, it screamed patriotic, you know, almost like a Kurt Angle, you know, almost like a Charlie Haas. So I do believe he will, at some point between now and a month from now at SummerSlam, will challenge AJ Styles for a championship. Maybe he would challenge him for the championship at SummerSlam. You know, because in some ways there's really no sense in having that kind of match on SmackDown, because that kind of match could easily be on SummerSlam. Many people are looking forward to see Shelton Benjamin return. I am myself. So that would be an interesting feud, interesting match to see. Now, of course, who would win that match? I don't know. Because by SummerSlam, AJ Styles would have held the title for almost a month and a half. I don't know if they quite would let him drop the title that soon to a returning Shelton Benjamin. Depends on where they try to go with Shelton Benjamin's character. If they're trying to push him right off the bat, then he probably will be AJ Styles. But if they're going to give him a slow push, then AJ Styles might hold that title for a little longer and maybe drop it to him at a smaller pay-per-view venue. I don't know. But for that reason alone, I do see him getting past Kevin Owens in this one, retaining his championship, and somewhere down the line going to fight Shelton Benjamin. This is going to be the highlight of the night. I mean, whenever AJ Styles fight, especially with Kevin Owens, they do produce magic, especially considering the other matches that are going to be happening in this pay-per-view. So, AJ Styles wins over Kevin Owens. Our next matchup is the even though it's a 6-man battle royal, it's a 5-woman elimination match, which is the first 5 competitors basically: Lana, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Tamina, and Natalya. I had to throw Paige in there, but she's not involved in the match. I don't know why. I think it would have been more interesting to see a 6th person in this match and turning it into an elimination chamber match. And I say that because they're trying to build up the women's division, and they're trying to, you know, try new things with women, with superstars. They're trying, you know, as you all know, with Sasha Banks at Hell in a Cell. That historic match, which by the way was a fantastic match, could have easily been the greatest match of the night. You have that happening, so I felt that, and then plus, you know, the Money in the Bank women's match. So I feel that they should have easily thrown an elimination chamber together. Maybe throw in Maria Bennett or somebody. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names. Made it an elimination chamber match. I think that would have been more interesting. Of course, you know, the winner goes on to face Naomi at SummerSlam. This is a little bit more difficult to figure out, because you have to also remember, keep in mind, Carmella is still your Money in the Bank winner. So, with that being said, who will come on top? Unless Lana polished up her skills more, it could be Lana winning. And the only reason why I say that is they've been, I don't know if they're having Lana fight Naomi as a means to getting Lana used to that spotlight, that exposure. You know, maybe this is on-air practice per se. You know, like there's no better time like the present. You know, so we're gonna throw you in this match, you know, for, you know, 2 or 3 weeks, so that you can know how it feels to perform in front of a crowd. Now, granted, SummerSlam is going to be much bigger, but you get a little taste of the medicine. You get to see how it is. At the same time, you're polishing your in-ring skills. Who I do not believe is going to win this match is Natalya. That's one person I do not see, absolutely do not see winning the match. I don't think they're interested in putting her in that main event picture. There are other wrestlers in the match that I don't want to say deserves a better push, that probably would get a better push, a bigger push. Becky Lynch, she always has a shot at winning, but I think it's a few things that set her back. You know, people say her accent is too strong. Could be the case. It shouldn't be the case, but it could be the case. I could possibly see her winning. Always Charlotte. You know, I mean, come on now. When Charlotte held the title, it looked good on her. It looked good on Sasha Banks. So Charlotte could easily win that match. Tamina, she's showing more and more why she could deserve it in the future. Just not right now. To me, I don't think it's her time right now. If it's anybody's time, Becky Lynch. Charlotte already had her moments. So I don't think they're wanting to see her with the title either right away, right now. So if I had to pick either between Becky Lynch or Lana, they're probably going to still go with Lana for this year. They're probably still going to go with Lana. And if she wins, that's set up for Naomi and Lana. If they do win, or she does win, that was set up for Lana and Naomi at SummerSlam, which Lana may win, and then Carmella may cash in. Who knows? Cash-ins could happen any time. They happen anywhere from Raw, Smackdown, small pay-per-view, big pay-per-view, whatever. But I slightly give the edge to Lana. Because I'm still not 100% on this one. It could go Becky Lynch, Lana. I don't think so about Charlotte because, like I said, she's already had her moments. And I don't think they're wanting to give Natalya that push yet. So, with that being said, like I said, slight edge to Lana. I expect this match to be 3 out of 5 stars, maybe 2.75, a little less, a little more. But I do expect this to be a mid-card match for the evening. Again, Lana coming out on top slightly. But this match is a little bit more difficult to predict. Alright, as you see here, the final match of the night will obviously be this Punjabi prison match. Punjabi prison match. Randy Orton, Jinder Mahal, World Heavyweight Championship. I'm not too thrilled about this match for many of reasons. One being that this is a very stale, a very boring feud. Neither, well, I don't want to say neither. Randy Orton just doesn't seem as interested in this feud as Jinder Mahal is, obviously because he's the World Heavyweight Champion. So, granted, he will be a little bit more interested in it. I do believe that WWE brought Jinder Mahal back for the purposes of this Punjabi prison match. Because you can't have a Punjabi prison match without no Indian wrestling. So why not? The only person that they could really think of is Jinder Mahal. We're going to bring back the Great Khali. You know, I don't see this being the best match of the night. It might be one of the worst matches of the night. Like I said, it's a very stale, very boring feud. One that really wasn't built up too well. You have, on one hand, a person that used to be a jobber for years, leaves for years, comes back as this big hulked up, bulked up guy, and now he's your World Heavyweight Champion. And on the other hand, you have the Viper, who has been in the main event picture before, but he is older now. He's had his moments. I personally think his title reigns are over. So with that being said, I do not expect Randy Orton to win. It will be a back and forth match, not necessarily a good back and forth match, but it will be a back and forth match nonetheless. What Randy Orton said, not coming out on top. I do believe somehow Jinder Mahal will retain, and possibly will retain clean, because it is a Punjabi prison match. I don't see any way that they can have the same brothers interfere. However, I don't see this match being any better than the Great Khali and the Batista one back in 2008, I believe. So I do only give this match a 2 out of 5, 2.5 out of 5 stars. So with that being said, this match easily goes to Jinder Mahal. He will move on from this feud, maybe to go to face John Cena at SummerSlam. I don't know what direction they're trying to go here, because John Cena, he's having a pointless match with Rusev, which I believe that's going to be a one and out type match. They may have their little feuds on Smackdown, but I think that's it for Rusev. So maybe Jinder Mahal goes on to face John Cena at SummerSlam, and John Cena wins the 17th title reign, making him the longest, or not the longest, but making him the one guy that's held the most titles, most heavyweight titles, or had the most title reigns. So again, Randy Orton wins this match. I don't give it much in the way of ratings. 2, maybe 2.5 out of 5 stars. Overall, as far as the pay-per-view itself, I don't expect it to be nearly as great as Great Balls of Fire. Great Balls of Fire easily was 5 out of 5. I think you might etch 3 out of this, 3 out of 5 stars, maybe 2.75, maybe, give or take. But I believe that this pay-per-view will be a letdown. I believe Smackdown will really have to rebound from this over the next few weeks leading up to SummerSlam. So this is my prediction video, folks. If you liked it, hit that like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments below what you believe and what is your predictions for Battleground. Until next time, folks, take care. And tomorrow, starting tomorrow, will be a custom universe episode for Monday Night Raw. Hope you enjoy.